Right, it's been a while. How you doing? So, FC 25, FIFA 25. What's going on there then? So around January time, I gave FIFA a goal again. I want to say the end of like Team of the Year and the start of Future Stars. I actually played FIFA. Like I actually got into the routine of it for about, I want to say like a week and a half or so. And I got it. I understood it. I understood why this game is the way that it is. And that is purely based on two things for me, really. Well, number one, just simple routine and consistency of there's a sense of or an illusion of improvement where every single day with the objectives you log in each day, you get a bonus. You go and do an SBC which gives you a bonus. You do maybe for like you spend an hour on some kind of objective based thing and you can go play on the friendlies or so on and so forth or something to do with squad battles and you get a bonus. You get a card, you get other cards. You do SBCs to open packs, which when opening packs you can then unlock other bonuses through other objectives to go and open more packs. And this is every day. You had a consistency of the, I think, 83 times 10s that was back then as well, which then you could go do some similar things. So some other upgrades to go and repeat them, to then go and do more of them, of the 83 plus 10s. And then, I still packed nothing, by the way. I didn't pack a single Team of the Year or, even close to that, whatever high rated cards there is for fodder, to then go put into the Icon SBCs. And that was the only thing I actually did that I kind of like got some kind of satisfaction from. FIFA is a game which is purely based on routine and instant repeated like satisfaction of some kind of sense of progress. That's what FIFA is. And the idea about gameplay is more of a thing that you just kind of have to do to go and tick off boxes than actually just playing the game of football itself. And that's kind of what's happened here. I know many friends of mine or in the FIFA scene that, of course, now have gone from playing from the PlayStation to now playing on PC. And that even they would say they would rather play on the PC. And the likely occasion of facing hackers, they would rather have that and to experience a much better menu experience. The menus on console is absolutely diabolical compared to PC, and the input delay on gameplay is an absolute night and day on PC compared to console. On console, it is a completely different game in terms of how it feels as far as I'm concerned. How can that happen for a multi-billion-dollar company? I do not understand. So, why am I doing this now? And why didn't I do this video back then 4 months ago? Well, now it's Team of the Season. Team of the Season was by far the biggest time of the year beyond Team of the Year, right? But Team of the Year, you kind of never really expected to really get the players that you really wanted. Ever, really. Like, sometimes pack rate was a bit better, but realistically, Team of the Season is when you're going to really get the best players possible. Now, if you look at the numbers at Team of the Season for YouTube and for Twitch, it is the same as it kind of has been for really any other time of the year. And that is because of several factors. Number one, Team of the Season is the exact same in terms of the players that you get compared to most other players you get throughout any other time of the year. The curve of the power curve of this game and what players you can get throughout the year due to all the promos, due to all the objectives, due to all the evolutions, everything on top of that. The power curve goes so high, so quick by not even like November, where you're already reaching endgame cards before Team of the Year is even out. And at least Team of the Year cards have got a novelty to them that they are incredibly hard to get, and they are, for the most part, some of the best players in the game. So it's kind of worthwhile. Team of the Season isn't that really at all. And the problem with Team of the Season now, because of the introduction of many other leagues, for example, the women leagues involved with the counterparts in the same nation, for example, the Premier League and the WSL, right now, the odds of you getting an actual good Team of the Season that you want is now even harder to get. For example, the biggest time of the year for FUT Champions is Team of the Season. You go play the FUT Champs, Team of the Seasons, and for the red picks, you're guaranteed, some Team of the Season cards, which is a massive big deal. For the Ultimate, for La Liga, for whatever, you've got the big opportunity here to get something big. Now they've mixed in both leagues. They've mixed in Premier League with WSL. most people don't care about WSL. So when you open, let's say, the upgrades, for example, so you get the premium upgrade packs, you got the 12 players, 3 rares. Back in the day, you can open maybe 100 of them, and you may get a couple of blues in there, maybe. You know, maybe not always the greatest, usually goalkeepers and so on and so forth, but you got something. Now, because there's now double the amount of golds, and when you do get a blue, it likely will be, you know, a fodder one from the WSL, so on and so forth. It just kind of makes it feel like it's not really worthwhile. So it's harder to get the players that you want, and the players that you do actually get that are blues, you don't want really anyway, because the pack rate is just impossible. So the kind of general experience, the times that you work hard to improve your team, feels like you've already improved it so much already that team season doesn't really mean much anymore. So it's impossible to really get the players, because it's now doubled the actual pot of where you can get them from, and there's not really many opportunities to really get them anymore, because it's just filtered so much. And this is the main problem here. EA are very smart, so they will always find a way to get people to try to keep coming back into the game. And like, if you get into the routine, it is genuinely, truly addictive. It really is. It's hard to stop. Like, once you get in the routine that every day you come on and you guarantee these big packs, and you can maybe get some big fodder. So you get packs which, you know, you may not get anything good which you really want, but you got 86ers, you got 87s, you got 88s and whatever that you go put into other SBCs, like an icon pick SBC or whatever card you want to try to complete. There's always something for you to do. Always objectives, always SBCs, which means that you don't actually really care about doing well, and you don't really care about getting anything good, because even if you don't get anything good at all, you could just keep doing it again and again and again. And the routine of that and the feeling that you're doing something and progressing, it's an illusion, and it tricks you to keep coming back. One thing as well that on top of gameplay, which I noticed, which happened last year and this year it feels even worse, is just the kind of the playstyle stuff they added to it. So playstyles basically is traits. Like back in the old FIFAs, traits were just what playstyles are now. The issue is playstyles have now made it where just kind of passing the ball isn't actually good enough anymore. Like having a passing stat isn't good enough now. You now need playstyles to go with these like players, and it's not just a playstyle, it's a playstyle plus. And then there's other benefits of that as well with the positions that they play, and there's a plus as well. Like, there's so many different like intricate little details to it, which basically means that just kind of having a card which is good at passing doesn't mean as much anymore. Having a card which should have good pace doesn't mean as much anymore, unless if they have a certain play style that makes them even better. So having explosive pace as like an explosive boost kind of play style that like an Mbappe has. If you have someone with the same pace with Mbappe, but they don't have that playstyle, it doesn't mean as much, because they generally will not be as fast on the burst as acceleration. And it's like that for every single part of the game. Finesse shot plus and all these types of shooting abilities, power shots, whatever else. And it means that basically you're kind of reliant on EA to actually make these cards as good as what they could be. So sometimes there's players that should be absolutely godlike, but because they gave them like pretty irrelevant traits, like let's say the chip shot plus like playstyle and so on and so forth, it just makes a card which should be probably much better than what it actually is no longer good, and it's all reliant on a playstyle plus. Like back in the day, like pace was kind of all you need. Now it's so many other factors that people just kind of don't really care too much anymore. And then there's the evolutions. For me, evolutions is probably the best part of the game. Evolutions is where you should put the most time and effort into it. And for someone like me as a Burnley fan, it's exciting that I can go and pick all these Burnley players and make them to great cards. Of course, the playstyles is an issue with that. So is the fact that they usually, for most parts of the year, becomes a limit where you can't actually get them to a level where you want them to be, because there's certain parts that you upgrade too much, like let's say something irrelevant like their passing, and it reaches a threshold where you can't really do that anymore. And it means that you can't go to a certain dribbling or pace or whatever that you really want to get your player to. So it just kind of leads to a feeling that there is progression, that you can get these players better. But again, if they don't have the playstyle pluses and so on and so forth, no matter what stats they have, they're always going to be behind that kind of ultimate elite curve. Now, For me, like, what do I want? I would like a world where FUT Champions felt like it meant something again. I don't like the rank system it is now, with rank 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, whatever it is. You know, like, I want elite. I want to get into gold 1. I want to get to elites. Like, that for me had a lot more weight to it. Nowadays, people kind of play it, and it doesn't really matter really what you do. Sometimes people just gave away free wins. I don't think that happens as much anymore, but it kind of does if you kind of, get to, like, let's say 9 wins and you're kind of happy with that, so you just give away the last 2, 3. It happens a lot. FUT Champions used to be very competitive, very serious. Now it's not anymore. So I would love a world where they made elite gold system as a thing again, and it actually added weight again to actually playing FUT Champions, and then making the rewards worthwhile with that as well. Now, rewards are typically great for FUT Champions, right? You actually get quite a bit more points this year, so a bit more coins this year than you used to. So the packs are the packs. So you get like a 10 times 83 plus or an 85 plus, whatever, right? So you're guaranteed a certain rating in a pack, which is technically, when you look back on it, should be better than what we used to get. We used to get like a 100k pack and an ultimate pack as well, and then like the free inform packs that was usually always pathetic, and then your red picks. So packs this year is a lot better than it used to be. Again, that may be also an issue with the skill cap, because it means that people are much more likely to get a lot of fodder to go and do these icon SBCs or do these other, SBCs that's about party bags, whatever, guaranteed team season packs or promo packs, and yeah, their teams will be insane. And that feeling of progression, improving your team, you can probably play the game for about a week from a completely fresh account and have a god squad. Like, generally, like, if you just play the game like competitively, like non-stop for a week, do as many objectives as you can, SBCs, grind as much as you can, not even a week, maybe a couple of days, you could have a god squad like immediately. And this isn't now. This isn't like just a team season where like they're just throwing everything at you. You could have done this in January. You could have done this in November. This is something that you could do immediately where you feel like you've nearly completed the game. Like, I'm going to show you my team that I had after playing the end of Team of the Year and like the start of the first week of Future Stars, and I played it for like a week and a half. I played it a lot. I did the SBCs, I grinded each day for the daily play or whatever else, and I got the packs, and I got it. I got the idea of why people are addicted to this game, and it is like a gambling addiction. It truly is. You're coming back to scratch that itch, and you're coming back to spin the wheel again, and maybe you can get something good. And if not, well, you've got like some more high-rated players to fill out your club, to then go and put into more SBCs, to go do the routine all over again. And it feels like you're doing something, and you're technically not. Like, this game is mostly centered around doing anything but really playing and enjoying the gameplay. So when you do the gameplay, it feels like it's more of a chore, because you're just kind of waiting to do some sort of objective or something, or maybe FUT Champions or Rivals to get more packs to go do more SBCs, because most of the time you don't really care about what you really get in the packs, because as long as you get some high-rated players or informs to do SBCs, you got what you want. So yeah, it's genius that EA have now made a system where it doesn't actually matter if you don't get anything good, as long as you feel like you can put it into something more worthwhile, and to grind that again. It's truly genius. Now, as I said earlier, the kind of viewership and the response that Team of the Season has got, I follow many FIFA YouTubers, I follow many people that I knew back in the FIFA scene, and I barely see people really talk about it with FIFA. It's Team of the Season. It's the Premier League Team of the Season. No one cares. The hype for the launch of Team of the Season, I didn't even see anything about it. I genuinely didn't. People don't really care. And why would they? Because they've seen cards just like the Team of the Season cards for the last 4 months now. So why would this be anything new? Back in the day, it was something new and exciting. Wow, the only Team of the Season cards, they are so much better than anyone I've got in my team. So you want to work hard to try to get these good players for like a week or two. Just work hard, play your FUT Champions, and maybe you'll get lucky. And if you get red picks, you're guaranteed to get some Team of Seasons. Now you kind of don't really care unless you get like 5 different Team of Season cards that are actually worthwhile for your team. Because even let's say someone like I don't know, I'm just looking at the Team of Season here. So let's say you pack yourself like a Declan Rice, right? This should be like an insane card. But is it really an insane card? I don't even know if it really is, because if you look at countless other cards that are very similar to a Declan Rice card. Like, okay, so imagine a card with all 90 rated stats, right? Like, think of that. Hullet Gang. Hullet Gang was 80 rated stats in every single stat. That was, like, insane. Like, the peak of the peak. Like, barely any other cards had that. There's Gravenberg that has 90 in every single stat. There's Rice that has 90 in every single stat. There's even Tolisso that has 90 in every single stat. And then there's so many others that almost has it. Like, McAllister here, right, has basically almost 90 in every single stat, other than physical by 2. And he's only worth 100,000 coins. Marcus Llorente, Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes here has an SBC, which is 150,000 coins, and he's got 90 in almost every single stat other than 2 for shooting. Rabiot has basically 90 in every single stat other than he's just off 3 different stats for shooting and dribbling, and he's worth 22k on the market. Gustavo Hamer is 16,000 coins, and he's almost got 90 in every single stat other than 3 off defending. 16,000 coins for almost 90 plus in every single stat, by the way. Like, what? This is just, yeah. Of course, it's unfair to really compare what FIFA was to what FIFA is now. I get that completely. It's a different game. It's a different world. It's a different type of people. So, people like me that played FIFA 12, 13, 14, 15, you know, we're old. You know, we're boomers. Like, I'm 26. So, of course, it's different to how I used to play it. But I would even say it was even this crazy that many years ago. Like, 3-4 years ago. Like, it got a bit crazy. But, like, this is just kind of like, damn. I see that Saka has a Team of the Season card, which is 42,000 coins. You know, like, this is supposed like a top level, like, you know, Premier League Team of the Season. And he's 42k. You know, it's like, damn. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on FIFA. It's been like 6 months since my last video, but yeah, if you enjoy like spending your time, you know, like feel like you're doing something each day, like feel free, be my guest, play FIFA. I would recommend that maybe you would like go for a run or go gym or something and like work on yourself. But that's just me. So enjoy your day, boys. See ya.